YouTube, Engineer Boy 100. Well, the alternator finally went out in the Infiniti G37. This is a 2012. So I'm going to show you real quick what it takes to swap it out. First of all, yes, you have to take off the bottom cover, which has a bunch of little 10mm bolts holding it on, and then you have to release the belt tensioner. So I'll show you that now. Just go right on under here, and I will show you what that entails. Okay, so the belt tensioner is right here. Okay, and you just use a 3/8. I actually used a wrench for taking belt tensioners loose, but you could use just a regular ratchet to loosen it and then release it. Now, there's a bolt in the center that you also have to take loose so that you can reach this bolt here on the, there's a bolt right here on the top of the alternator. Here's the trick. Don't take the bolt, the center bolt in this all the way out. Just take it out enough so you can move this out of your way so you can take this bolt out. That makes it a lot easier to get this one in and started because you never took it out in the first place. Then there's a couple of 10mm in the back of the alternator. There's some, I think this is a 14mm at the top, and I think the rest are 12mm. One here and one in the back. And then you just take off your electrical connector, and then there's one electrical wire which has a 10mm nut holding that on in the back, and you are done. In fact, I think you can actually get back there and see that. Get back here. See, this is where the electrical wire is with a 10mm nut, and then you just unplug here the electrical connectors. Push in. Okay, so I got the electrical connector loose. I got the electrical wire off of that stud, threaded stud you see sticking out there. And on the left, those are the two 10mm bolts that you have to take out. And then there is a 12mm down at the bottom. I'll move really slow. It's in the front. And that's right here. Right here. Okay, that is the other 12mm that you have to take loose, and that is it. Just want to give you a good little view of the connector and the two 10mm on the back. Now I see why it's $700 to change these alternators. They got the top bolt so long you can't take it out without removing the whole front fan and everything. Look at that. You can't take it out. Huh. Ain't that about some built-in business? Infinity. Okay, so to get that last bolt out on the top of the alternator, you have to remove this little shroud first. So it has some little connectors here. Be very careful. You want to raise up the centerpiece. Be careful or you will break these. Okay, and then there's some 10mm screws here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that should do it. You have to take the rest of these loose, and then this will come out and expose the base. So I'll get that off, and then I'll show you what you have to do next to create a little bit of space for that last bolt. There's one more bolt right here, right here. So don't forget that one. And there are two on either end, so you want to make sure you get these. One right there, and you look at the other end. There's one hiding under here too. So you want to get all those bolts loose along the perimeter and the little connectors. So to make some space so you can get that last bolt out, the first thing you want to do is take this bolt loose and this bolt loose, 10mm, and of course this little hose, so that you can remove the reservoir for the coolant to make room for this shroud here to slide forward and up and out. Then we'll take a bracket loose underneath here to move the fan back just enough to get that last bolt out. Alright, so I'm up underneath the little shroud on the front, and there's 6 of these little clips here. You have to squeeze either side of those and push them down. Squeeze either side and push it down like so. Then you have one wire left to get loose. You have a clip here and one on the other side, and then you can release. Alright guys, here's the final trick to getting this alternator out. You have to take 2 10mm bolts off of the top of the fan. So there's one right here and in the same location on the other side. Then you have to remove the right side airbox. There's just one 10mm bolt that holds that, and then this clamp. It'll be a little bit stuck because there's a nipple that's in here. It's a little tight, but just wiggle it and pull it out. There's nothing else holding it. It'll be stiff, but there's nothing else holding it. Now the reason you're removing that is to get to the top from the bottom, the radiator shroud up just enough to get that bolt right there. Get that bolt right there out so you can get the alternator out. And then installation is reverse of removal. Getting to this bracket here so that you can and it's just a clamp, it slides off. So you get enough space to move this fan up high enough to get that top bolt out. Alright guys, here's the final chapter on getting that top bolt out. When I say the top bolt, I mean this one, the one that I just got out. So let me show you how I did it. First of all, you have to take loose these 2 little clips that hold the radiator in. You just rotate them, and it'll tell you right on it which direction to turn it for lock and unlock. Okay, there's 2 of them, one on each side, one here and one here. Okay, you just turn them, and then when you turn them, it'll line and this can come out. Then you can move the radiator back. Okay, you can get something to hold it or a friend to hold it. It'll get it back just far enough to where when you move it back, you take the hose off. See how I took the hose off? Okay, you take the hose off, it'll move this fitting back far enough so you can move the fan shroud up just enough to get the bolt out. You might have to take a few of these clips loose that hold this harness on. I had to take 2 of those loose. Okay, and then you can move that fan shroud up just enough. And when I say just enough, you're going to have to work it and not break anything. And get it up past, just a little ways past this fitting on the radiator. And then you can get the bolt out. And then you just got to do the same thing to get it back in. Okay, so that's it. That's how you get that past that little trick. It sucks. Man. Infiniti, shame on you. Shame, shame, shame on you for a built-in, deliberate, difficult change of the alternator. Shame on Infiniti. Alright guys, one more little tip. If you're stuck doing this job by yourself, I just use a stick here to hold the hood up. And then over here I use a bungee cord. Okay, a nice long bungee cord. And I pulled that fan shroud up out of my way, you know, up almost even with this radiator fitting, and that allowed me some working room down there so that I could get that bolt in, and that's how I got it in. If you have a buddy or something to hold this stuff for you, then you don't need to worry about this. But for me, working by myself, that's how I got everything held up out of my way without getting frustrated under there and starting to break stuff. Alright, this is it for real this time. Thanks for watching.